Welcome to another episode of OpenMatChronicles 1865. Rod here. I'm a black belt under Gustavo Enriquez, training out of Rockland, California. Shout out NorCal. I got my man Schaefer in the house. We have another special guest here, but let me kick it over to Schaefer real quick.
What's happening? Harold Schaefer. I'm a black belt under John Hassett out of South Jersey. Jesus, I lived in North Jersey a long time ago. But out of South Jersey, John Hassett School, Hassett Jiu Jitsu. Been doing Jiu Jitsu about 22, pushing on 23 years. And moved to California. Love it here. I'm never going back to Jersey except to visit. Also, I train out of Infinite Jiu Jitsu. And we have our special guest today. Introduce yourself, sir.
Hey, guys. It's Halen here. I train out of Precision in Citrus Heights. I'm in Chattanooga. I actually used to train under these two beforehand.
Nice.
Love you guys. Shout out to you guys always. You guys are my first professors, so I'll always say,
Awesome.
Come see you guys. And thank you for having me.
Yeah, you come see us try to beat us up.
I know, really.
Oh,
Thank
man.
you for coming out, bro. Thank you. So, Rob, take it away.
Okay, so we're talking about like how it's not even a question of how jiu-jitsu changes you. It's like it will change you, and then so I watched a video the other day and it was because Hickson Gracie who said, maybe you could agree with this or not, I don't know, but his point was that it just kind of amplifies who you are. In other words, if you're a douchebag and then you become a black belt, you're a douchebag black belt. You're a douchebag that knows how to fight, right? Or if you're a really nice guy, you're just a really nice guy that knows how to fight. So I kind of agree with that. I know there's a lot of nuance to it, but let's kind of run with that. What do you think? Like, how does jiu-jitsu change you? Let's just say from like an emotional standpoint first.
Yeah.
Because we got some anecdotal evidence right here.
For sure.
Oh man, Halen is a new.
No, I think that's
a new and improved
very
version.
accurate. I think it's actually very accurate. Who you are, for the most part, it's who you're going to be, right? You can just make yourself a more dangerous version of whatever you were. Like, if you're a really good guy, if you're somebody who will vehemently protect other people, well, now you can just protect other people better if the circumstance were to ever, arise. If you're someone who likes to go out and hurt people and steal their Halloween candy, he'll be damn good at it. You know what I mean? It's like, how are you going to stop a joker from getting your Halloween candy when he slaps you in that omoplata, or hits you with the berimbolo? Yeah. He's like, give me that candy. So it's like, I agree. It does make you an amplified version of who you are. There are some changes that happen as well, but for the most part, you're going to be who you're going to be.
So let's stick on the emotional side of it first, and then we'll go to the physical side. So what do you think, Halen? So you've been training for what?
4 years in September, so just passed my 4-year mark.
Okay, and you're purple belt, right?
Purple belt.
Purple belt. Congrats. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Okay, so how would you think it's changed you, like from an emotional standpoint? Like you could talk about whatever it is you think that it's done.
Yeah.
It could be good or bad changes. Maybe it's hurt you. I don't know.
So, I mean, kind of honestly, what you guys said is true, because I am still who I am for the most part. I don't think I've changed as, to my core. But as far as confidence wise, that's probably the biggest thing it's done for me. Is it has changed me in a way that like other people, outside of you guys who knew me before, are like, oh, this is a totally different person.
Yeah.
He's like, he stands up straight sometimes, a little bit better. He just walks in a room with confidence. You don't have to worry.
Got that swag.
Right? Yeah, exactly. You walk with the walk, and like, so I really was timid before, like at least in the friends or with girls and all that kind of stuff,
Right.
And then, I mean, after a month just of jiu-jitsu, you have that feeling of, oh, I can, this is actually nice,
It's like a superpower.
Yeah, and it gets bigger as you go on, I continuously change through jiu-jitsu every day. Like it's not changing, like, and I'm sure you guys still change, but like, I would say the biggest changes within that first year for mentality-wise.
Mentality-wise, I can feel you on that. Yeah, for sure. It's just like, it's one of those things where this is also still important. As you see that you're becoming a better and a more dangerous person, you have to also hit the brake pedal on your ego. You got to check your ego at the door. It's like, you can honestly look at the majority of the population of the world like, I would dismantle you.
Yeah.
Like, there's actually almost nothing you can do to stop me. And this is even in the beginning stages. A good blue belt could murder most of the world. Like, when it really comes down to it, they're more dangerous than most of the people. Out of the 8 billion people we have on Earth, you're easily in the top 500 million, which is a lot. That's still a lot. So you have to be able to check your ego and go, but I'm not going to be an asshole. I'm not going to take candy from little babies. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna smack people
He's like, maybe.
in the Walmart parking lot and go, hey, give me your toilet paper during COVID or something, right?
Well, as far as ego, actually, that's a good point, because for me, so far out of the 4 years, it's been ebbs and flows. Ego boosting. Blue belt, awesome. I got this power. Kind of dipped down a little. I didn't feel like I'm getting better. Whatever. Got a tournament to win and, did awesome. Got my purple belt.
Yeah.
Plummeted. Got a purple belt and
Really?
it plummeted.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because it was a reality check.
Yeah. I was
you're like,
I don't know anything. I know a lot.
You're like, I'm a badass blue belt player.
Yeah.
Man, all these purple belts are beating me up.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And
There's a huge gap, purple and blue.
And then here's
Please tell me
here's
that.
the part that's really, you want to really talk about a kick in the ass, because I love my purple belt, but I go, there's still 2 more belts above me. I'm thinking I'm doing something, and I'm like, I'm still in the valley. Like I'm way down low, man. Like I'm still getting beat up.
Every day.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I feel the power when I go against the new white belt.
Yeah.
Still.
Oh, yeah,
That doesn't change.
Yeah, it's like, we got some new
Yeah,
fish. I
let's
can't wait
go.
till you sign up.
Man. Yeah.
That's our next
sign
episode.
the
We'll talk
waiver.
about that.
Yeah, sign that waiver. Sign that waiver.
Half the reason why I want to bring my friends into jiu-jitsu is just
Hell
to,
yeah, right?
Beat 'em up.
It's like, oh, remember when you used to take my lunch money?
Exactly.
Let me holler at you for a second.
Now, check this out. I got a point here. What do you think about this? So some people won't let jiu-jitsu change them. I'll give you an example. Why do a lot of blue belts quit? Because they have ego. They don't want to get beat up, right? But the tough people that stick with it, if you're mentally tough, you should stick with it, and then it will change you.
Well, I will say
There's always outliers.
there's always outliers for sure, but that actually makes a lot of sense, because it's humbling to get your ass kicked.
Yeah.
And some people cannot get through that humility. Once again, it's the ego, right? They go, hold on. I used to, when I was in junior high school, man, I was bullying all these fools.
Yeah.
I was hitting jokers with the burn, with the
Yeah.
I was giving them wet willies. I was giving them swirlies in the toilet. I was taking their lunch money, all that stuff, right? But now, I just got beat up by this little girl. It was ridiculous, Shout out to Amy. Because,
she's our pit bull.
Little 120-pound girl.
Amy was our pit bull.
Just choked out this 200-pound guy, and it's like, wait a minute.
Mad enforcer.
It's like, yeah, she was. She was like, man.
She legitimately was our mad enforcer.
Love her to death. I used to like walk around with Amy like a pit bull for me. I'm like, sick her. And they would just throw her. Oh man, it was awesome. But it's a freaking reality check for a guy who thinks they're tough to come in and get choked out by a girl or get choked out by this little nerd assassin. A guy who walks around and is like, yo, man, this is the same guy who did my tech support the other day, and he just had me folded up. But wait a minute, he's only 115 pounds, you know what I mean? And he's on my back like a howler monkey, and he's like tearing me apart. Yeah. Why isn't this working? Why can't my toughness handle this? And then what happens is their toughness can't handle it, and then their ego can't handle it, and they go, bounce. Man, fuck this shit.
They bounced. So they didn't let it change them. They didn't let it change them.
I have a story about that, actually.
Go for it. Fire away, for sure.
Is because, so I, like I said before, I was timid, but I did hang out with tougher people, I should say, so I was still a little bitch of the group, if I had to say. Started jiu-jitsu again, feeling good, get the blue belt, and I'm kind of humbled at this point. They try and pick on me just a little bit. The younger one of the brothers just tries to test me. He had a little bit of drink, and he just tries to push me around, and he's like, that's exactly what he said. I'm trying to get my belt. He's pulling me. I just slapped a simple guillotine on him.
Ooh,
I just laid back on my bed, and I held it until he's just like started scratching, and I'm like, okay, push him off, and he's like, okay, bye. He just walked out of the room.
It's amazing how that.
He's like, yeah, this ain't for me no more.
It was.
He put a Joe Rogan guillotine.
It was great. Like I was just like, cool. They're not gonna mess with me. Like I'm fine at this point.
For sure. Yeah. And I'm telling you, see, that's the beauty of it, right? It's like it'll take a guy who you're not overly aggressive, you're not a mean person, you're none of those things, but you are confident enough to know that you can handle yourself. You're not going to win everything. You're not going to. Yeah. But you know what? You're not going to walk in fear through life. You're not going to go, man, this could happen to me, that could happen to me. Jiu-jitsu puts you in so many bad and uncomfortable positions that, once again, one of my other sayings, you have to get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yep.
You have to recognize that I'm going to go through stages in my life where shit is bad, and I'm not going to, I might not come out on top on this.
Yep.
But I've been here before. I've seen these things. I'm scared, but I'm willing to push through it. I know I could get hurt, but I'm not going to be hurt easily. You know what I mean? I know how to take care of myself. And
so you're describing basically it's courage, right? Because isn't what courage is? You're afraid, but you still do what you got to do to get through the situation. Yeah, it does do that. Yeah,
absolutely. And man, it takes a lot. It takes a lot because you have to do some serious soul checking, some soul searching, or whatever you call it, right? You have to be like, man, am I willing to put it out there knowing it might get chopped off? And it's scary.
Well, let me ask this, Harold. Okay, so like your personality, like you're pretty extroverted. You like to, you're talkative. He's a very loquacious individual.
I'm a cunning linguist.
Yeah. That's awesome. But let me ask you this, Harold. Think of you as a white belt. Did it change your personality at all, or did it just like how were you? I didn't know you as a white belt.
Okay, man, shit. All right, story time. So, all right, I didn't start jiu-jitsu until I was 24, but I had already done my first stint in the Army at that point in time. So, I remember at 17, I signed all my paperwork to join the Army. 18, I had a combination, three-way combination party. I had my birthday, the 4th of July, and my going away party all in one. And so 1 month after my 18th birthday, I was in basic training for infantry. And the Army for sure shaped me into the type of outspoken type person I am.
Yeah.
It amplified a lot of my shit. And then I did all that. And then I got out. Then I joined my fraternity. That was another.
Okay. So
another big.
You already joined the jiu-jitsu with attitude.
Everything. By the time I got to jiu-jitsu,
he was like, "Let's fight."
It's like, yo, let's fight. Yeah. I'm like, look, dude. Uncle Sam made me a killer. The frat made me a killer. Shout out to the bros. So all these things, it pushed my ego way up.
Okay, well, let me ask this. Did it check it, though? Did it check? Did jiu-jitsu dial it back?
So I hit the ground, talk about, oh, hell no. What are they going to show me? And I remember my very first day. So I was in Wildwood, New Jersey. We had some rental properties. I was running a property out there. It was me, my cousin Jerome, my little brother Howie, and our boy James, right? James Hatch. So the four of us, we were like, yo, there's some jiu-jitsu. There's this UFC jiu-jitsu Hoist Gracie shit. It's right near us. Yo, it's not that far. Let's go. So we all jumped in the whip. Boom. We said we're going to go do jiu-jitsu. So we got out there, and this was
what year was this?
This was 2001. This was 2001. Summer of 2001.
First generation.
Yes.
First generation.
So, summer of 2001. Like I said, I was running a shore property. And we all went out there because we saw a freaking, I don't know, I think it was a flyer, dude. I think it was a freaking flyer, right? So it was like Hass's Karate and Jiu-Jitsu, right? No, it was just Hass's Karate. It was Hass's Karate, but we also teach Jiu-Jitsu and grappling and blah, blah, blah. Let's go. I show up. We bust up in the door. What up? We weren't assholes. We were like, hey, we saw your advertisement. We'd like to try this, blah, 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 blah. And man, it was so humbling. Hassett was a purple belt at the time.
Wow.
My instructor was a purple belt, dude. And I remember we got in there and we were just getting tossed up.
Yeah.
Right? I'm like, wait a minute.
You met Amy.
I'm like,
version.
Yeah, right.
New Jersey version of Amy.
I'm an infantry soldier, man. I'm a killer. Kill with cold blue steel. I'm like, I can handle all this, right?
What makes the grass grow?
Right? Yeah. Actually, let me see though. But it was, it was after I was in the frat too. So it was all these things, right? And I show up and I'm like, man, we're going to handle our business. we did not handle our business. My very first day in jiu-jitsu, I got tossed. It was like almost a hip toss, and my right foot went through the wall, and it stuck inside the wall over at Hassett's first location. And it was amazing, right? It was amazing, and it humbled the shit out of me. Because I was like, I think I'm tough. There's guys in here wearing white belts that just dismantle me.
Yeah. What about you?
We
Like
came out
think
the
of you.
opposite. We literally came from like that. We're opposites. You came in with I'm the shit. I got this. I came in like, okay, oh my god,
Don't hurt me.
don't hurt me.
But you know, you can't though. That's the thing. A lot of guys they'll look at the window and they won't even go in. So
Oh,
you gotta have balls to at least go in.
That's for sure.
So and it was Anthony. Black
Oh,
belt.
yeah.
He
Oh, Anthony.
was the one.
So
I
good.
know. He's we worked at CarMax together, and he's very cynical like I am. He's just fun, mean, mad guy, and it's awesome.
He used to be mean. He's nice now, but there's two Anthonys.
No, yeah, he's
Old Anthony used to be like, he used to beat me up so bad.
I've heard the stories.
Oh yeah. Give me position right, just give it, give me side control. He can man, I'm like, okay, we tried, dude.
Yeah, and he's still, even though he's
He's
broken,
now.
he like has very bad back right now.
Shout out to
And-
Anthony.
Yeah, I
For
love
sure.
Anthony Reyes. Like he can
He's
still
the man.
beat me up.
Oh,
to
Anthony
this
can break
day.
it, dude. He can break
Like I said, he's hurt. He trains maybe a couple times a year, and we'll go, and I'm like, okay, let's pick it up, and we start going, and my 80 is his 40 still, and he's still tangling me up, and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
So he brought me in. Did a session in his garage. It was actually my first one, and he showed me the positions, the little escapes, and he's like, coming to the school. And then here's also actually a really huge aspect that changed my life in jiu-jitsu, and the social aspect.
Oh yeah.
That alone was like humongous change in my personality. I had a very small group of friends, 2, 4 tops. Now my birthday's coming up and I'm going through the list of people I want to come. I have like 40 plus people that I'm just like, wow, these are great
All
people.
jiu-jitsu
They're all
people.
jujitsu people. Like it's gonna be the very few people that are there, so it's just like that whole thing. I'm just happier now doing jujitsu. And the one other weird thing that I kind of thought of yesterday actually was I never really had a hobby growing up. And like, yeah, I played video games. Yeah, I rode bikes with my friends like everybody else, but they all also did something. They had a sport.
Right.
I didn't like sports. I tried baseball, didn't like it. Soccer, I don't want to run. Stuff like that, And so I always felt bad for not having a hobby. And then I started, jujitsu, and I'm like, wow, hobbies are awesome. Like this isn't going to be a career for me, but it's awesome to do, and I'm super excited. Like it drastically changed my life.
Like you legit can hear the love of jiu-jitsu in your voice. It's like, and that's whatever the other thing I said. I was like, nobody loves jiu-jitsu more than me. Like I could honestly hear you saying,
It sounded like
nobody loves jiu-jitsu more than me. And I'm like, what? I love it more than you.
Yeah.
Like, no, you don't. You've been doing it longer than me, but you don't love it more than me. It's like you can't love jiu-jitsu more than me because
I think
it's
about
mine,
it,
right? I dream about it. I wake up, I'm like, man.
Sad on the days I
You know?
can't train.
There you go.
It's just
There you go.
either I'm missing my people, I'm missing the training, I'm just the physicality part of getting that out too.
Right? It's like even if I'm hurt, right? Like, if I'm hurt, I'll still show up just to watch.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey man, I wish I could
Sat
do
on
this.
the sidelines with
Right?
with a messed up ankle before.
It's like you jiu-jitsu, you complete me, right?
Yeah, I love you, baby. I love you, but jiu-jitsu's the other.
That's interesting. So you guys have a totally opposite experience.
Totally
So,
opposite.
see, mine was like, okay, so mine, I was already older, but I had been working out a lot. I was pretty big. I was like 205 back then. I was really, really strong, really strong. So I thought, oh, I'm going to be good. Dude. I'm just going there just like,
he's not
Yeah, I know, right?
nah, I'm old man. I'm old man.
It's a 250.
Yeah, no, way more than 250. Sir.
Yeah, see, okay.
Way more than 250. Don't you disrespect.
That's
me.
disrespectful. That's
I don't
disrespectful.
know.
No, but I thought that was gonna like help me. Like, oh, I got this, right? So I go in there and I went in by myself. I didn't have anybody to go. I just went in by myself. I watched it one day. I remember going in. There was this military guy with me. We both were kind of watching the class, and then Gus says, "So what do you want to do next?" And the military guy goes, "Okay, I'll just give me a pass. I'll try it out." I'm like, "No, sign me up, dude. I'm signing up right now," because I knew if I left, maybe I wouldn't come back,
Right.
So I signed up.
Trigger.
And my
That
first
day.
class, I remember to this day, man, is this little cat named Wes.
That's
Wes.
my boy.
Wes beat
I love Wes.
he beat the crap out of me, dude. I'm like, there's no way, dude. I can't. He was like 135 pounds.
West down there broke my ankle.
Yeah, dude.
Really?
I'm like, okay, this is legit.
I was in a walking boot for a month because of Wes.
Oh.
Shout out to Wes. If you
Shout
watch
out
it,
to
shout out
Wes.
to Wes, man.
That's something.
Got me into jiu-jitsu. That's
almost
solidified.
got me out of jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. You brought one in, I was pulling one out. But that solidified it for me, man. So I do get it. But for me, it's weird because like I was more stoic back then. I didn't joke around. Like I wasn't silly or anything. And like anybody that knows me now, bro, I'm like the silliest dude. I'm always one with a smile on my face.
Oh, yeah.
But so maybe it gave me the confidence maybe to be more myself, you know? I don't know if that's what it did.
No, that makes
you know,
sense.
the social
Right.
aspect.
You can open up and show how happy a person you
Yeah,
are.
yeah. Because before I was all serious, like, blue belt. Give me that blue belt, damn it.
Right? I mean,
Took me 3 years.
so for me, I mean, I don't think that it really enhanced my niceness, right? Like I'm always,
You're
I know,
friendly.
right? You're not nice, you're friendly, right? So I don't think it changed any of that for me because you're right. I've always been outgoing. I'm an out there guy. I like to talk to people. I like to have fun. I like to joke. And even my jokes, though, they usually, they have a message behind it, So I like to spring a little bit of good shit in there. But it for sure has made me calm in the face of any adversity. I think shit through as it's going, though. I am able to go, okay, there's a whirlwind around me, but I'm fine. I'm like, I see all this shit happening around me. None of it's close enough to actually hurt me, so I don't have to really worry about this at this moment, right? Again, I worked in corrections, still work in corrections, and I see chaos around me enough. And, okay, they're fighting. There's a lot of blood. There's all this. They're not near me. Good. My partners are safe. They're good. I have to deal with this, but I don't have to freak out. I don't have to go, holy shit, everything's falling apart. I got to do it right now. And that's like, I break it down. I go, no, I'm good. We're good. They might not be great, but we'll get to them. We'll take care of that. And jiu-jitsu does that because it forces you to be in the moment. When you have a guy he's like, oh man, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to break your bones. I'm going to choke you. I'm going to make you go unconscious. I'm going to hurt you. What do you say? What did Clubber Lang say? What's your forecast? Pain. Right? That's your forecast. Pain. But sure, you're hurting me, but you're not going to break it. You got your knuckles in my throat. It's very uncomfortable, but you're not going to break my jaw. Not yet. If I leave you alone and let you do this much longer, sure, you might do it.
Yeah.
But while you're doing this, what I really need to be concerned of is that you're about to twist my arm a little bit back.
Yeah.
There's my real problem.
Mm-hmm.
Let you deal with this. Start working this out. It just lets you live in the moment. Jiu-jitsu puts you in the moment, and it makes you focus on what's really important in your life. And I do that even outside of jiu-jitsu because of jiu-jitsu. I focus on what the fuck is really important at that moment while still seeing the big picture.
Well, I got one for Halen. Has it raised your threshold for like intolerance of people being, treating you improperly, let's say? You know what I mean? Let's say there's a guy in a bar, he's talking smack. Before, maybe you would be like, has it changed that now, or do you have a higher threshold?
It's changed, like I said, through jiu-jitsu, actually.
Does it not bother you now if somebody says anything to you, or like, is it less?
Yeah, so I would say in the middle of my blue belt, I would be ready. I was ready. Like one little quick story. Some drunk guy passing by with it was me and my girl and our friends sitting at the restaurant. And it's a very busy area, and drunk people pass by. They were wearing their football jerseys and stuff, and I'm like, oh, of course, And my girl, about your team. He took that as I'm gonna come over and talk to this girl right here.
She likes me.
Yeah, she likes me, and as he's walking over, I was like, babe. Like, okay, well, it's fine. It's fine. And he comes up and he's like coming to go over to it, and I grab his wrist and I said no. And I threw him. He's like, "What are you gonna do?" I was like, "I'll put you to sleep right now." And then the girl was like, "Stop!"
I like this version of Halen.
Yeah, and so but that was the problem. His friends got him. My buddy was like, "You don't need to do anything." I was like, "You're right," but I was ready. Now, if that was to happen today,
I think that's still legitimate. No, I think it was still legitimate.
If it got to a certain point.
He put hands on. Did he put hands?
He reached. Yeah.
But he didn't actually come into contact. No, I can understand stopping the contact.
I would for sure still do that, but I wouldn't. If you would be like, "What are you gonna do?" I was like, "Hey, man, it's
I'll buy you a drink,
man."
Yeah.
That's you and John have.
I would say,
told me that.
Harold is one of the most. Harold is one of the most level-headed guys I've known. And it's a funny thing because the way he talks, you might not think that, but if you see him in real life, he's very level-headed. I've never seen him get emotional or like, oh my God, lose.
I don't.
Always even keel.
Because if you actually bring an emotional reaction out of me, shit is bad.
It's all bad.
It's all bad because, like,
yeah,
I will still say to this day, and I mean it, and then anybody can take this however they want. There is nothing more dangerous on this planet than an emotional man.
Yeah.
Well, men, show your emotions.
Oh, that's terrible advice.
You should be stoic. Men do need to be able to control their emotions because when it really comes down to it, an emotional man might be one of the most dangerous things on this planet. If you can't control your emotions, you have the potential to do so much harm.
Yeah.
And whether it be with your hands, with a knife, with a gun, with a car, with a freaking plane, whatever. It's people who are guided by, it's men who are guided by their emotion that act out the most dangerously and viciously.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't want that to be the case.
No.
I know for a fact I can be extremely violent.
Yeah.
If needed.
Yeah. I know this is not something I go, well, maybe. No. I understand that violence is within me, right? But that's not how I'm not trying to walk that every day.
Yeah.
I want to smile. I want to I want to crack jokes, man. I want to you talk about what you used to do when you were younger and you didn't have a hobby. I played Dungeons and Dragons. I'm a fucking nerd, dude.
Yeah.
I'm still a nerd to this day. Yes, you anime all over. I was reading all the damn tattoos you have. I watched that. I watched that. For sure, dude. I want to just be happy. I want people around me to be happy.
Yeah.
I don't want anybody to be violent around me, and I don't want to be violent towards anyone except on the mat.
Yes.
On the mat, what do I teach? I teach a mean guy class all the time, right?
That's kind of, bringing it back to your question, though, if someone's, I don't think someone's going to try and mess with me. I still don't look like, big ass, he's going to beat me up. I still look like just a regular guy, so maybe a really drunk guy might, press me or whatever, but at this point in time, I'm just like, okay, you brush it off, whatever, unless he starts putting hands on you. But if he's just going to talk that talk or whatever, okay, fine. Yes, a couple of years ago, maybe after, like I said, I was kind of hyped up.
I think that's when you're most dangerous.
I'm ready if you want. I want to prove it. Now it's
Blue belt. Blue belt's the worst.
Now you don't need to prove it.
I don't need to prove it.
I know what I can do. It's like I fight in the gym.
Yeah.
With fights that are 10 times harder than you could actually fight me for your life.
The only thing that it makes me think though is also who knows what they have or who they're with.
They could have weapons.
Yes. See,
it goes back
to when I teach self-defense classes. If it's not worth if it's not worth killing someone over, it's not worth fighting over.
It's not worth it.
And I know some people might not agree with that, right? But you can talk shit about me. You can talk shit about my family. You can do all this, right? And I'm like, I'm so mad that I'm going to fight you. And okay, so now I fight him and I knocked you out, but your boy had a fucking gun, and now I'm dead. And now my family's like, wow, I wish he hadn't fought that guy.
Right? Or you kill him by
Or I kill him.
Exactly.
I wish Daddy wasn't in jail.
Yep. Yeah, you're getting
what I'm saying?
He does jujitsu.
And they didn't embellish it. No. They would say he's an MMA fighter. They didn't embellish it.
They would embellish right? Yeah. So versus just going, hey man, you know what? Listen, it's cool. Have a nice day. I'm just gonna chill. Because talking about drunk guys, right?
Are you bringing up that one?
Yeah.
I was thinking the same.
Bring it up.
Man, see, we're here, man. That's a good one.
Okay. So I moved to Rockland. Rockland's a beautiful neighborhood. I don't know. Am I supposed to say where I live? I don't give a fuck. You know,
you train at Infinite. That's nowhere to come and meet you.
Yeah, fuck it. So here's the deal, right? I'm here. I'm chilling. It's beautiful, right? I go to a bar next to our freaking jiu-jitsu gym. They're cool people over there. Yep. I went through. It was on Veterans Day. On freaking Veterans Day. I walk in, I got my hat, says First Cab on it. It's that chewed up hat that I love. So I walk in, right? I'm having a good time. Hey, let me get a drink. I'm talking to the bartender, everything's cool. And drunk guy, probably on some crystal meth, some good stuff, right? So he's all jacked up. And he's like, oh, you ain't no vet.
Ah, man, why?
And I'm like, yeah? All right.
That's fighting words. Like you served, you're gonna tell me you ain't.
Dude, I've already been in jiu-jitsu so long that it's like,
Again,
you ain't no vet. I'm like, yeah. It's like, let me see your ID. I was like, so I turned again. I'm like, what? And I laughed. I'm like, no, you can't see my ID. Oh, you ain't no vet, man. You ain't no vet. Blah blah blah. So now, I'm here. We just finished the jiu-jitsu class. It was awesome. Everybody's hyped up. We're all like, we just got finished beating the shit out of each other, right? So we're chilling. I'm over here at the bar. Freaking Randy is next to me.
Oh, no.
Of all people. Randy
oh, man. Shout out to Randy.
Randy. So he's next to me.
Randy start arguing with him.
And this is
Randy arguing.
You know, he's like, go.
Yeah.
So I got Randy. I think I had was
Captain Dan there?
Captain fucking Dan was there. Like we just had
shout out to Captain Dan.
Yeah, we just had a killer bunch of people, right? And I think Dave Henson might have been there. I think freaking
there's a lot of us there.
It was a bunch of killers, and they're all chilling at the bar, and I just happened to be up at the bar. You ain't no vet. Let me see your ID. Blah, 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 blah. I was like, nah, man. I was like, take it easy, man. It's cool. I'm just going to get this drink. I'm going to go have it.
No, didn't he say
and then he said, I got it.
All right.
So it's cool. It's like, hey, man, I'm going to get out of here, right? Boom. Randy's there. He's like, Randy's got eyes. He's like, gonna be some shit. He's like, oh, okay, whatever, Obama. Bruh. I was like, God damn. I was like, oh, we going there. Now, keep in mind, once again, these are in the days of Rockland where people don't look like me living in Rockland, right? So I turn and I'm like,
here we go.
I was like, you have a good day, sir. And that's what I said. I said, have a good day, sir. And I started walking away, and then, sorry, Randy. Randy's like, let's fuck him up.
That was so Randy is awesome.
I was like, come on, man. I was like, come on, let's go, right? So we get back, and now we're sitting at the table with all these freaking killers, and I'm like, and Randy too. He's like, oh man, this motherfucker just said this, said that, and then some other people.
Hyping you up.
I ain't saying Captain Dan said it. Who the fuck said that?
Captain Dan was ready to fight.
He's like, let's fuck him up.
I just remember him running in with no shirt on, ready to shoot the ball, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
I was like, nobody's getting fucked up.
Yeah.
I was like, ain't nobody fucking nobody up tonight. It's words, man. It's words. It's just check your fucking ego.
Alcohol,
Right. He's fucking drunk.
Just words.
It's just words. Like, he didn't hurt me. He didn't put hands on me.
If he
See, I don't want to do politics. You can build. So anyway.
Oh my goodness.
But I told him, I'm like, dude, nobody touched me. I'm like, had they touched me,
okay, so let me ask this.
I think we would have known it because I'd have hip tossed him on the bar, snapped the shit.
All right, so here, let me ask this. What if you were a first day white belt? Well, how would that Harold have handled it?
I'd have hit him.
Oh, okay, so jiu-jitsu changed you, man.
Yeah.
It did.
Oh yeah, I would have freaking smashed
folded. See, I would have folded.
I would have smashed him.
I was like,
so everybody train jiu-jitsu. You don't get in fights. You don't get in fights.
Jiu-jitsu to cut back on your fight.
Yes.
You fight so much that you don't need to fight outside the gym.
Exactly.
I had just gotten finished fighting monsters.
Oh, yeah, guys that are trained.
What the hell would this guy have done to me?
You think about a drunk guy in a bar that's untrained. It's not even.
It would have been
fun.
a joke.
Yeah,
it would have been. It would have been all bad for me.
Oh, you'd have been in
because
prison.
I would have been the asshole to say, "I'm going to hurt you for words."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Maybe like, dude, you're trained. Come on, you know better. I mean,
jiu-jitsu has calmed me so much.
That's good, man.
I don't get. I was pretty good before, but really good now. Like, I don't get upset about shit.
I think that's a common thing, though. That should be that should be one thing you can expect to do is to not get in fights and not let things escalate because it's that inner confidence. You know, it's like, bro, I already know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? If you're an untrained guy, come on.
You got to also think about age too.
Yeah. Oh, easy.
Want me to take it easy?
Old man podcast.
You can watch episode 32.
You get a nice blue belt, purple belt that's in their 20, 21, 22.
Yeah.
Hey, they're still ready to beat up some guys and they'll go outside and
That testosterone.
That's an elevated team.
you guys, maybe, you've been, you said 22 years now? I mean, you're fine. You're like, hey, what do I need to fight? I don't need to prove anything.
It's like the old bull. It's like the old bull.
You guys have done what you need to do.
Are you going to say it or I'm going to
No, you go ahead. Tell us the bull.
Here's the beautiful. Have you heard the old bull story?
Oh,
man.
It's actually great.
These fucking young bucks.
Yeah, it's old school.
So there's two bulls up on a hill. And down below in the valley, there's all these cows, a bunch of heifers, right? And the young bull looked at the old bull and he's like, yo, let's go down there and fuck all these cows. Or no, he's saying, I'm sorry. I'm going to go down there and fuck with these cows. And the old bull's like, he's like, no, come on, man. Let's run down there. Let's fuck with these cows. Old bull says, young bull, listen. Why don't we just walk down there and fuck them all? So
experience.
The moral of the story is like, slow down. You don't have to blow. Well, I don't even say that. You don't have to go crazy.
Yeah.
Real fast in the beginning. Slow it down. Slow it down. Take your time. Think shit through.
Yep.
Have a plan. Work your plan. Shit'll go smooth.
What did it say? Slow is smooth?
Slow is smooth and smooth is fast. That's that military shit for me, right? If you want to ever see somebody, and I say this all the time in jiu-jitsu, I'm like, watch somebody fight who gets it. Watch them fight who gets it, right? And you're like, holy shit, he's flying all around and this and that and that. But really, in his mind, he's like, I'm going to slow this shit down.
Yeah.
When he moves, I'm already there. When he moves, I'm already there. He moves smoothly. And because he's going slow, that allows him to move smoothly. Yeah. And because he's smooth, it looks fast as fuck. So people on the outside looking in, they're like, wow, yo, this is so fast. Like, what did I say in a past podcast? I am deceptively athletic, right? I'm a big guy. I look like I should be slow. I look like I should fucking burn out quickly. I don't, because I slow shit down. I move very smoothly. And that's why I can keep pace with a guy who's fucking flying around like a wild dervish, right? I ain't gonna lie. The other night, God.
Oh, damn goodness.
The other night, we had a guy shooting from fucking Dubai.
That brother was tough.
Oof.
I was just like, where was the brother? He was a Dubai. What is?
Yeah, but
Middle Eastern guy, tough as nails.
I was
my God.
Why am I fighting this guy? Yeah. He's in the prime of his life. He's an MMA guy. He's going to a couple of tournaments. I was like, why am I fighting this guy?
They are notoriously just good fighters.
They are good fighters. I know.
Look at the UFC cards. I mean, it's so weird.
But see, I think
people.
They got the money and they bring in the
Dubai pretty much holds like all the jiu-jitsu tournaments. They pretty much hold
ADCC.
Yeah.
They spent so much money. They brought everybody over from Brazil. Yeah. They brought the best of the best.
This dude was a cool guy. He was like nicest guy.
He was awesome.
You know what's refreshing about him? He was so respectful. So I think it's the culture over there too.
Humble.
He was a humble, and the guy was a beast, bro. Yeah. But he was so humble. You know, you could tell there's a lot of jiu-jitsu tradition over there where he was 100%. From. And I asked him because I heard about this, and I don't want to go off topic too much, but I got to throw this out there. They were saying like Dubai is like the safest place, and he goes, "Yeah, it's like you could pull up in a freaking Bugatti, dude." Yep. Take your Rolex off, leave it on the driver's seat, put your keys in the driver's seat.
$1 million in the passenger seat.
Go eat in your restaurant, come back 2 hours later, it is right there. Like there's no thievery out there. Yeah. There's like cameras everywhere, like the culture. They might, I don't care, but hey man, I'm good. Well, let's do that here. Do that here. Yeah, bring it because and all I hear, you get jacked here. Here, you just driving someone yank out of your car here. So I'm like,
Dubai. We'll save our OpenMatChronicles political podcast for another day.
That's it.
Because believe me, we got some opinions.
We got a
lot of opinions.
But yeah, he was a cool guy, man. And hey, if you want to shout out to you, man, he was, man. I did not want to do that.
He said he's gonna come back. He was like, hey man.
Man.
He's like, I'm gonna come back, inshallah. I was like, so freaking lootly. I was like, dude, I would love to see you come back.
You know what's cool too? Like a lot of guys come in, they sandbag and all that.
Oh, he didn't sandbag.
First thing he said, I'm brown belt. I've been, I do wrestling, I do MMA. I have a fight coming up in next month. He goes, I want to just throw with you guys. So I'm like, okay, dude, come on in, bro. Sign a waiver. Like, I got you. Like, oh, dang, I already know how this is going to turn.
Is my waiver signed?
I gotta go, man. Honey? Yeah. Okay, sorry. My house is flooded. I don't know.
I was just like, holy crap, dude. This is not what I came here to do today.
I thought I had an easy Friday. It's going to be easy, just chill.
We're going to chill. We're going to go to the bar afterwards.
Oh, man.
Have a good time. I went to the bar. I'm like, I need a drink stat. It's drink stat. Help me.
So it's unpredictable. Jiu-jitsu is unpredictable, right? Yeah, Dubai beat me up. Basically. That's funny.
Shit, let me see. So what else do we need to actually talk about? Because I know we're just going at it.
Yeah, I'd say the last thing it changed. If I got one more thing that it changed, physicality.
You're jacked.
No, but Hitler was not jacked, bro.
He's jacked now.
I don't care, but he wasn't though.
My main thing is I'm a lot stronger. So like I'm not like by all means like shredded wise, but like when I grab something, I have the jiu-jitsu strength. Like it hurts when I hold something hard enough, it's gonna hurt.
They can't pull away.
They're not gonna be able to pull away, or just like every time. I know it's not always a compliment to hear in the beginning, like,
you're
so strong.
It's the
when
worst.
I hear that now, I love it. Thank you.
You like
Thank
damn
you.
right.
I like it now.
Get out because of that strength. Good. You know what? Yeah, it needs a technique, but fine. That's good. So I mean, as far like I feel again the standing up straight, my muscles more compact.
You just see it in your demeanor.
Yeah.
Or everything about you is just more.
Listen,
more swag.
we are definitely going to put some before and after pictures of Haley
dude,
in this freaking podcast because. You can see, like, when he started, he was like, oh, I'm chilling,
so
man.
Timid.
I got my white belt tied up in the middle of his chest, It's up and down. My niece actually just did a tournament Saturday. My God, love her to death. She actually won. Got a perfect armbar, boom. But she was there. They're raising her hand. Her belt's up like this.
Yeah.
Turn up and down.
That's how him was.
I was like, wow, you really are a white belt. That is awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
Now he's a pro belt. He got a baddie now, got a new house.
Yeah.
He's like, it's like a whole new Haley.
It made me an adult.
I am
got a pit bull
now.
Yeah, exactly.
He got a pit bull now.
I got a pit bull. Yeah. Holy shit. This motherfucker went and got a pit bull.
All in.
You too manly. That's like, I feel the testosterone. Just like,
the TRT they use comes from my spinal fluid.
It's pulling out of you.
There's a lot of money off of it.
That's good. That's how you buy that new house.
Exactly. Oh yeah, I have your shipments coming in next week.
Hey man, one of these days I will get on some gear. TRT.
Well, TRT's regular. I said like
he was like, shit over.
Still,
Still
natty though, man. You guys know I am natty.
You strong as shit.
Still natty, dude.
Shit. So what else we got to talk about? I think we're good, dude. I really appreciate you coming through, Haley, because that was cool, man. I miss you. I miss you, dude. I love when you do pop through and we catch you at the bar and stuff. And every now and again,
he'll call us out
when we get the fight. I know.
Man.
He's like, "Come on, old man. The future is now,
I may
old
or may
man."
not show up next Friday with Nogi attire with a special guest who's also a black belt. So we'll see.
Well, what I used to say, if you can't do jujitsu butt naked, covered in oil in a Turkish bath, your jujitsu's no good. So you know how you have to show up there.
That's it, man.
Well, I'll turn around.
And on that note, I think we covered everything. Aaron, what's your final little saying?
All this stuff. Listen, jiu-jitsu, you need to do it. Love it. Get out there, train. If it's important to you, you'll find a way. If it's not, you'll find an excuse.
That's it.
So
that's
get out
it.
and do the damn thing.
That's it. Thank you guys for watching. If you like, hit a subscribe, share it out, and we are out of here.
Love you all.
Puss.
Osa.